Hey y'all, so I got a chance to watch His and Hers. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm gonna go over what the TV show is about. It is set in the heat of Atlanta. Anna lives in Atlanta at the time as a news anchor, fading away from her friends and career when she overhears of a murder in Dahlonega, the sleepy town where she grew up in. Anna is snapped back to life, pouncing on the case and searching for answers. Detective Jack Harper is strangely suspicious of her involvement, chasing her into the crosshairs of his own investigation. There are two sides to every story, his and hers, which means someone is always lying. Um, I enjoyed it. Uh, it was a little bit over the place, and I'm starting to think that a lot of the people that put 5 stars on Rotten Tomatoes only did that because of the actress Tessa Thompson and actor John Bernthal. Literally, someone mentions one of their names, like you'll see in the comments within Rotten Tomatoes. I'm like, all right, well, that's how they got their 5 stars, which I'm not mad. The acting is there, the chemistry is there, the writing was all over the place. For instance, if you're trying to find somebody, right, they're saying, oh, look at the call log to see how many times the husband has called uh, Rachel, which is the girl that is dead in the, I guess it was the trailer. I don't know. She's the first girl. That's the main thing of the story. So not spoiling anything. So my only issue is I swore that if you called somebody, it can ping to where your call is going to because there's an app that can trace that. I'm confused as to why they didn't do that. If they did that, then they would have known that a certain someone had her phone that entire time. At first, that person didn't know. Then, as time went on, they stumbled across it. There were like a lot of missing holes. The ending shocked me, but then the way they explained it, all within 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, made no sense. If somebody's friend's mom, and you know I don't like the friend, and their mom just happens to, end up in my house to do something to me, and we're literally looking at each other, and you see, you know, I'm naked and in the bath, and they just, pat my head and we're looking at each other, I'm gonna freak out and push you away, not just stand there. I don't know. Man. And this is going to be a spoiler. So if you want to click off, you can click off. My thing is that if you can verify Lexi, the news reporter, and verify the cameraman, Rodney, on their location, Rodney had proof of where he was. Lexi had proof of where she was. Literally, this when you watch it to the end, you'll see why you're seeing certain people say certain things. Some other people, like I literally had to go to sleep and wake up. That's when I said, wait, there was too many holes in this TV show. Yeah, and I think they were only allowed 6 episodes. But to be honest, it looks like this show should have only been 3 episodes, 3 or 4 episodes, 1 hour each. There was too much dragging off. And do people just go over 30 miles the speed limit in that town, Dahlonega, and no yielding, no turn signals? I'm surprised none of them got into an accident. Let's see, too many holes. And basically, what I gathered from this, spoiler, you can click off if you don't want to hear it. It was like an unsolved mystery. All the pieces were there. Somebody finds out, but nothing. And to be honest, the person that did get caught, that person has proof of where they were when all these situations happened. Now, could that spin off to a second season? Like, you try to destroy my life, and or these two work on another case and end up running back into that person? Possibly. Like another major death in Delonica. This time being someone close to those two. But outside of that, it was alright. The acting was good. Okay, I was here to see what Tessa and John were going to do, so I enjoyed their chemistry. That was on point. Crying scenes, the strength, the pain, all that. We got to see a little action. This is as close to Punisher and Valkyrie we gonna get. Nobody asked for that, but that's what I'm saying. And I also noticed that the way that Tessa portrays as the journalist Anna, I noticed that she sounds exactly like my mom when my mom is trying to either find a way to annoy me or to be like, I've been doing this for over 10 years. And so, they gotta file those documents correctly. And like the way that she's pronouncing those words, like, oh my goodness, what in the world? Like, I'm like, no, this isn't your mom. This is Tessa Thompson. There's only a small amount of reviews. 75% on Rotten Tomatoes, 76 on Popcometer. I will only read one. This person says, horrible story that makes zero sense. Good actors with bad writing and one dumb turn after another. There are better storylines on old Cinemax after dark shows. How anyone said anything good is beyond me. Another person, too slow and very predictable. Perhaps it was 3 episodes, it would have been much better. Yeah, I kind of figured by halfway through who it was, but then the last episode, I was like, oh shit, I'm wrong. But the person I thought was doing it actually did kill somebody. So it just didn't happen to be those people. They just killed someone outside of that circle. But yeah, you guys are welcome to comment on what you think about his and hers. Um, I'm moving in 2 weeks, so in 2 weeks, most likely after I do the episode of A Night of Seven Kingdoms and the RIP movie, that's when I will take the computer and everything down. But everything else, I'm gonna just start chopping down and putting up. So just be prepared. It's gonna be a different background, and then we can get back into the motion of doing even more videos because I've been tired going back and forth, apartment searching. Going, I think the girl farted when we was doing apartment search. The building smelled like weed for a brand new building, so I had to cross that one off the list. It was a lot. I could talk about that later. Make sure you hit that like button. You're welcome to comment, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. And I will see you in the next video.